Welcome to our podcast. I'm Jess.
I'm Mandy.
And we are drama bonded. And today we are going to talk about the holidays because we have no reality TV on right now that we want to discuss with you. And we're sorry about that, but it's true. To all of our Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Love is Blind.
Great British Bake Off.
Oh, shit. I have not even watched that yet. Yeah. To all of you fans of those things, we're sorry.
I think we had good intentions, but we're also just at the point with this in our life where we're like, we don't need to watch TV as a chore. This really can only be about shows we legitimately want to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're waiting for a show.
But we're going to do some like little snappy episodes.
Yeah. I think by no means, I just want to caveat, are we therapists? But we have been in a lot of therapy, a lot of it. And we also really love fitness and do a lot of fitness. And we just kind of want to talk about the things we know and love.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Any candy lately?
Oh, remember those
Candy reviews with Mandy and Jess.
Dude, I have, yes, let's talk about those. Those blew
I don't know the
my
name of them,
mind.
though.
I have them. They're in my cart.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to disclose where I've got them currently because I don't want everybody knowing. I guess we're going to name them and they'll just Google them. It's World Market. You can go to World Market and pick them up.
Okay, so I was on my way home from Colorado and I stopped at this crazy gas station. Do you know if it's on the Colorado side or the Utah side?
I don't know, but I have major regrets that I was being such a curmudgeon and that like literally I passed it in May. And so I was like, you don't want to stop. And he's like, I told you, I don't want to stop. And we kept going. And like, it was not a good Jess moment because I missed out on like maybe some of the best candy I've ever eaten, which is the Haribo Rainbow Pixel Savor. I don't really understand the savor part of it, if it's a savor price or if that is part of the name. But you guys, they're unfucking real.
They are really good. So they're kind of like a thicker, denser gummy in the shape of what looks like a Lego, but I guess it's a pixel. And then there is citric acid on the outside.
Yeah, but
it's like every flavor of sour gummy worm like mashed into a brick.
It is, but also magical is that they're kind of like ropes because they've got that white gummy on the inside of them too. So it's more like, I don't know. It's
like a rope Lego brick.
It is. And it provides such an incredible texture because of how much thicker it is. Oh my God. It is so good. Yeah.
There's also another one we'll talk about next time, but I have to figure out what it's called.
Yeah, that one I don't remember because I was so blinded by how much I loved the Haribo Pixel Savor.
I wonder what country they're from. Anyway, this weird gas station, it looks it's like a UFO alien themed, and they advertise having like alien jerky.
Yes, I think that that's all you need to know. Alien jerky, you can't miss it.
Yeah, and then you go in and they'd have a ton of jerky from all different animals and maybe aliens. And then they also just have an array of international candy. So they had they had basically a wall of Haribo. And I only got, 2? They had so many from different countries.
I feel like, I gotta drive down there just for that.
I'm also so interested to know why they would sell this kind of candy in one country and not sell it in the US. Like, why do they sell the types of Haribo candies in the US that they sell? And why do they sell it in other countries?
Maybe they're anti-US and they're just like, fuck you. You get the just fine Haribos. But everybody else is going to get the most amazing. I'm kidding. That's not true. I don't know.
No, it definitely has to be based off of like an audience thing, right? Like we get gummy bears because duh. But then all the other ones, it's like, why these ones and not those ones?
Yeah, I wonder that all the time. As the person who is ordering candy at least once a year and spending, I'm not kidding you, $50 on shipping to get it because it's good. It's better than the candy I can get here. That's wild. That is my big expenditure. Some women pay for hair, some do their nails. I order candy from other countries. And that is what I spend an inordinate amount of money on.
I have to tell the podcast that like 20 minutes ago, you said candy is your personality.
Yeah.
I think that's so amazing.
Yeah, I think
Ah.
it's true. I think it is a special interest of mine. I really fucking like candy. So anyway, which is always why I'm excited when randomly I am introduced to something that like kind of rocks my socks because that doesn't happen all the time.
This is a really long candy tangent to say that we're actually talking about the holidays.
Surprise!
Okay. Fa la 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 la. Jess, how do you feel about the holidays?
You know, they're complicated. I do overall love them. But that's kind of, I want to say that I love them and it goes kind of beyond the capitalistic expectation of like gifts and all of that. I just have like really developed a tradition around me and my community and Saul and the dogs and our friends that like I genuinely like love this time of year, but it
Mhm.
has been an effort to get to the point where I love it. Um
Oh, I love that. That's a
y-
really good point.
yeah. But like I find it to be really magical and it's fun and I love it when it snows and I baking and like yeah, watching stupid Hallmark movies, man. I love it.
Man, I just think that's awesome.
Thanks. But like I said, it's been work. How about you?
I've always loved the holidays until I would say the last 2 years, maybe 3 years. It's just been, whether it's family drama or my health, I don't know. The obligations that come with the holidays feel really heavy. And I feel like I have a new relationship with the holidays, and that makes me sad
Oh,
because I just
yeah.
want to like the holidays. I don't want to like feel all the complicated feels.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think that's a really valid experience and one that definitely should be talked about more because there's a level at which like holidays can be very spiritual, but they can also be very performative and about things sort of outwardly appearing one way. And I think the reality is the holidays are bad for kind of a lot of people for a lot of reasons. And there should be more conversation around that without it being viewed as like your, is it Ebenezer Scrooge? Yeah,
Mhm.
this is an important thing to talk about, I think.
Well, yeah, and I think that we've both felt this, but there's such a big pressure during the holidays to feel close with your family
Yes.
and do all these things as a family. And I think we can both say that we care about our families, but also the pressure to show up and be a certain way with your family during the holidays sometimes is so complicated.
Yeah. That might be the understatement of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, it puts like this weird light on all the shit
Mhm.
that exists in your family dynamic where you're like, yeah, this is why it's hard to show up. And then you're kind of just like sitting in your anxiety around like why you have all these wounds with your family. Meanwhile, trying to be holly jolly about it.
Yeah. That sounds exhausting. It is exhausting.
And a lot of people, you know, a lot of people don't even have family.
Mhm.
And so they're confronted with the fact that they're alone.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like complicated if you have family, it's complicated if you don't have family.
Yeah, it's a time of year of gathering and it when it is highlighted that your community is not as strong, it
Yeah.
doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, what are some ways that you're working on navigating it?
I'm gonna try to decorate for Christmas early this year and feel the joy of the holidays in my home for longer.
Oh my god. I don't know if I've ever like I'm always about people doing things that make them happy, but I've never been like, "Yeah, let's decorate early." But actually kind of right now, I could that sounds
Don't you
amazing.
kind of think maybe just a little Christmas cheer might help day to day right now?
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know. So just like make my space happier.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
We need to be doing more of that generally, but lean in when, 'tis the season. And Christmas decorations are so fun. And I don't feel like they get to stay up long enough. So why not start in November?
Yeah. So that's my new strategy. I'll report on if it helped or not.
Yeah, I would love to hear back on that. Oh, decorating. I used to love doing that as a kid. As soon as I was old enough, my mom had this Christmas village that I don't know. I don't even know that I had like any attachment particularly to the village other than like it just was something she was excited about and it made it Christmas time. So the day after Thanksgiving was my favorite day to just like wake up early and decorate the whole house Christmas. And we had so much stuff that it looked like Christmas threw up on it. It was so fun.
Oh,
I loved it.
see, like those traditions, and I think that that is partially why my relationship with the holidays is so complicated. Is because there's so much nostalgia and beauty and love and togetherness that you feel from all the things that you're just speaking to, right? Like,
Mhm.
and it kind of maintains this sense of like holiday magic inside of you. And so it's complicated because that part of you like wants to lean into that and feel like the love and cheer and safety that comes with all of that. And the other part of you is like really struggling and resents that part of you.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like two things are true.
Yeah.
Those memories are really beautiful and also it's not the reality of now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ugh. Okay, tell us about the cookies you bake.
Oh my gosh. They're my favorite thing in the world so growing up, I did not ever have a great relationship with my grandma, but that woman made some really fucking good cookies. So I definitely have forever been obsessed with her cookies. She makes these pizzelles, which are anise flavored. We've got these little tiny I call them pfeffernuses. There are so many iterations of them. If you even know what I'm talking about and want the recipe, I'm happy to share it. But like, it is not a traditional recipe. I don't even know how to describe it, but I love these little rock hard spice cookies. And I probably, I don't know, maybe it might have actually started in the pandemic. I realized like, oh, I can make all these cookies that I really, really love from my childhood. Like I can do that for myself right now. And then I was like, oh, I should give these out to people because I love them so much and everything sucks. So I started doing a big cookie Christmas box.
You guys, it's so impressive.
So I end up making probably like 800 cookies and then delivering them
Repeat that number.
like 800 cookies.
Whoa.
It's so many cookies. It's
So
wild.
many
It takes me
cookies.
like all week. Every day I'm in that kitchen for like 8 or 9 hours. Sometimes like if I'm decorating, I usually end up like alternating between a sugar cookie and a gingerbread. And if I'm decorating those, I can guarantee you that my day is like 12, 13 hours long. But it is like such a labor of love. And I am so obsessed with being able to do it and
It's
like
beautiful.
tap into the nicer part, my memory of Christmas. And like I had a good Christmas. My mom was great. Anyway, but I just like the cookies particularly. And so that is something that I can share with people. And it's been so fun to like be able to recreate some of that and share it with people in my life. Like, yeah. So if you get a cookie box, like just know it comes from like a real deep place of love.
No, such a labor of love. So impressive. It means so much of me to receive one of those boxes. It's so special.
It's so special to put together. It's like, it's stupid fun. I even know it like crushes me. Like I said, I don't know how else to describe it other than a labor of love. But yeah, it's my favorite holiday thing. And I'm a little panicked this year that at work, I'm not going to be able to take the time off to do it. And I'm like trying to really pep talk myself. I'm like, it's okay. It's fine to just like sometimes you got to skip a year. If you got to skip a year, you got to skip a year. But like, oh,
You could also just do like 1 or 2 cookies instead of 6.
you mean like have balance and be
I mean-
myself where I'm at and be reasonable and, still share a little bit of something rather than nothing at all because it can't be absolutely perfect. Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. I love that.
As long as the chocolate covered peanut butter balls are one of the choices, which I feel like are one of your least favorite to make. So I'm like, dang it, they're going off the list first.
I don't know. Maybe I apologize if I've told this story, but Saul and I were kind of having a rough day one time, and I was like in the middle of baking, and because of you and Saul, and this isn't like to make anybody feel bad. I chose to do this. I wanted to do this. I just also hate myself for it because it's like work. But I made like double batch. I was like, no, those two, they're going to get all the Buckeyes they can eat. I'm not going to like worry about if there are enough. Double batch. I did that. And I stick the cookies, like I wrap them in tinfoil, but you have to keep your baking cold. And so I'll go set them out on the roof of the car. They're like in pans and stuff, like they're covered, but like it's cold in my garage. So I set the Buckeyes, and I know better to do this. I was out of room. I don't even know if I was out of room. I don't know why I put them on the back of the car where they weren't visible. And Saul drove off with like 200 Buckeyes on the back of the car. And like had been like, I don't know, it was nothing major, just like not our best day together. And like he calls me and I know he just left and I am like literally sitting in therapy. And I know what this phone call is. I was like, he forgot about the Buckeye.
Oh
And,
no.
like, so I answered the phone knowing that he's also going to feel terrible that like all that work flew off the back of the
Saul
car.
hates this phone call as much as you do.
We both hate it. We're both just struggling. Like, yep, it's terrible. And so for the whole month of December, there's like the road just outside of our neighborhood is like speckled with little chocolate Buckeyes. And there were so many that it is like a decent sized splatter.
All the dogs are just like licking the peanut butter.
It was so bad. And my therapist is like watching this phone call through Zoom. And she's like, what was that? And I was like, you know what? Actually, we're not going to talk about this one. We're fine.
You're like, we need another therapy session about this phone call entirely.
Yeah, we're too far in now. But yeah, that was a real bummer. But yeah, those are really good. Everybody loves those. I think if I didn't make those, that would be probably everybody's biggest disappointment. People tolerate my other cookies, but like those are the key.
You could do those and you could do the butterscotch oatmeal cookies and just call it a day.
I would probably do the pizzelles.
And the pizzelles. Okay, 3.
Yeah, 3.
I'm like, you can't take away either of the 2 I just listed. And I know the butterscotch ones are not usually a part of the rotation.
They're not. I have to admit that when I make those, I have the hardest time giving them away because I like them so much that like if you get a box of those, know that an immense amount of willpower went into me even being able to part with them. Like, because I just want to eat them. I hate how good they are. I really do, but they are so good.
They are. What?
Yeah.
Crack cocaine cookie.
God damn it.
Okay.
So what holiday traditions? You've got some cute things that you do. What brings you joy this time of year?
Well, last year, you and Saul and I made our own Thanksgiving dinner.
I love that we did that. It was so good. That beat every Thanksgiving dinner we've ever had.
I was going to say, I've never eaten a better Thanksgiving dinner in my life.
Yeah, it turns out when you're an adult, you can like actually just put like effort and money into the ingredients and like make a legitimately really good Thanksgiving dinner. And no shitting on moms who make the dinners they make. They're amazing. But, you know, homemade stuffing. Ugh.
I was also going to just say, I don't know how many of our listeners know us personally. Probably most of them.
Yeah, thanks. Hi, we know you.
But Jess and I don't half-ass food. And so everything we served at that Thanksgiving dinner was like the top-notch recipe with the top-notch ingredients, and it took the most time.
I made a fucking pistachio frangipane pear tart.
It was beautiful.
I know. And the worst part is those pears they were too ripe. And I hate it because I think
beautiful.
I know it, but the potential, it was there. But yeah,
And
we
then-
went all out. It was
yeah,
incredible.
She made that, and I made a pumpkin cheesecake. We had multiple desserts.
Oh my God, we did. Yeah, that was so fun. I love doing
And didn't
that.
you also make cookies?
Probably. I don't know if it's clear by now, but I have no chill.
So yeah, I love exploring recipes and creating new traditions. One of the traditions I've started for myself is if I'm not with my parents on Christmas Eve, I make Christmas fettuccine like on the holiday.
I love that.
Yeah, because it's just like I love a reason to indulge in homemade fettuccine Alfredo.
Oh my God, yeah.
which is
Christmas
basically
Eve.
only Christmas Eve.
That's our version with cinnamon rolls on Christmas morning. Yeah,
Yeah. And your cinnamon rolls are really good.
yeah. But I love holidays based around food.
I also am trying to watch more Charlie Brown holiday movies because they're so short and they also make me feel like I'm doing a sweet festive thing for myself.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown the last few years and it's like 25 minutes and I'm like, I am really in the spirit of Halloween right now.
I love that. Halloween was yesterday, and Saul's got this fun tradition of setting up a cauldron, and he pipes a fog machine through it so kids reach down into the like a hot cauldron. He's got a little flame, a paper flame underneath of it. And it's so fun, like the kids that are willing to just like go along with it, to believe that we're going to make them reach into this, scalding hot cauldron and take candy. And the night was like seriously perfect. And I love when you get like that kind of holiday magic around a holiday, because it does kind of feel rare as I get older.
And can I tell you that all of those kids are probably going to remember trick-or-treating at your house because you create moments like that? Because I swear I remember all of the weird trick-or-treating moments from my childhood where I had to like walk through a haunted passageway or do a spooky thing that was an experience and not normal. And so the fact that you're like creating a little magical moment for these little kids, when they're
Oh.
37 and podcasting, they're going to be like, there was this one house that made us reach
Yeah.
into a cauldron and la-di-da.
I hope so. We definitely have made some kids cry. So hopefully, in retrospect, they know that we weren't really asking them to do that. But yeah, that's really good to hear, and it is. But it's also just as much for us too. Like we have a lot of fun with it, and it's that I don't know, love it. Holiday magic when it's there is something special.
Which is why it's so hard when it's not.
Yeah, and it's yeah. So you're gonna decorate early.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna decorate early.
What are you gonna put up?
Okay, so backstory, just in case. I know we referenced this on the podcast. I had cancer last year, had some surgeries. Well, went through chemo, then had surgeries. And then on my first scan post-surgery that told me that there was no cancer in my body, my mom was like, Mandy, the Huntsman gift store has so many Christmas decorations on clearance. They're like 75% off. And I was like, okay. And she's like, I want to buy you some Christmas decorations. And on the one hand, I hate spending money on decorations.
Same.
I
It's
always
such a-
wish I had decorations, but I don't want to buy them.
Yeah, when I'm actually faced with the prices on those things and what it would actually cost me to make my living room look like that, like, no, that's okay. I can buy a really cool dress and some shoes for that cost too. So
Exactly. But then anytime I'm in a space where people do decorate it, I'm like, oh man, I love the way this feels.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's go look. My mom bought me so many beautiful Christmas decorations. And last year, because I was going through hell, I I came and got my Christmas tree from Jess's basement. They store some stuff for me. And the box just sat in my living room. And I never put it up. And last year was the worst Christmas of my life. I literally was alone in bed sick. I want this year, I'm trying to make up for last year. I'm like, I want to decorate with all my new decorations. I want to feel cancer-free in my body. I want to create healthier boundaries with my family.
Yeah.
I want to eat Jess's cookies.
Yeah. No pressure.
I want to watch Charlie Brown's Christmas. Also, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving was the only one my family owned on VHS, so I actually probably have seen that one more than any other one.
Oh, interesting.
Which is,
I feel like I watch them every year, but I think I just watch them on like TV.
yeah, they're just on like ABC or something.
Yeah. Yep. Oh,
Okay.
I love this.
Yeah, okay. We can do it.
Yeah, we're gonna do
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna make cookies. It's fine, even if I'm just up till 1 a.m. It's so fun. Ugh.
Like yesterday I made Sloppy Joes because that's a booth tradition is on Halloween. You have Sloppy Joes and orange jello with mandarin oranges, and my mom sticks black plastic spider rings in it as like a spooky decoration.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And so I do that every year. And one year my mom and I like sent each other pictures of our jello. So yesterday I did make Sloppy Joes. I didn't have time for orange jello, But, you know,
You're doing it.
I'm doing it. I'm trying to uphold the traditions.
I love that.
I will say my grandma Booth, every year, she's kind of like you, where she makes like an array of things every year.
Mhm.
There's like a fudge, there's a caramel, there's a Mexican wedding cookie, there's a sugar cookie, there's a ginger snap,
Oh, yeah.
there's cereal candy.
Yep.
Every year, there's the same array of treats.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma is almost 90, and she is still showing up and making all of these treats.
Fuck yeah. That's my goal. I just want to be ancient and decrepit, hag in the kitchen, bent over, like still doing my kitchen baking. Like that. Yes.
Yeah, and
That's-
I'm just like, that is such a labor of love, and it is such a part of her, and it is so important to like her holiday experience. And
Yeah.
that makes me want to get these recipes, and so that
You can
know,
take over the.
yeah.
I love that.
I won't take over all of them, but the ones that I really like, I'm like, I need to know how to make those.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my grandma made shitty chocolate cake with like sauerkraut in it, and I never understood that. I don't make that cake.
Chocolate cake with sauerkraut?
It was a real childhood ruiner to like see beautiful chocolate cake and be like, fuck yeah, there's chocolate cake for dessert. Because like it really was for me growing up, like such a treat to get something like that. My mom didn't bake. I did all the baking. So like rarely was I confronted with something that I didn't bake that I was going to get to enjoy. And when you bite into a beautiful chocolate cake and there is just like a fuck ton of crunchy little sauerkraut in there.
Wait, why?
For moisture. Like, grandma, just find a different recipe. Chocolate cake can be moist without sauerkraut
For
in it.
moisture. What about sour cream or buttermilk or
Mayonnaise, anything.
applesauce,
Yeah, an extra egg. I don't know.
oil, butter?
All the things. You know, don't overbake it. I don't know. Put a wash on it. Some simple syrup. There's so many ways to address this, but you put fucking sauerkraut and chocolate cake. It seriously drove me I hated it. I hated it so much. So I don't make everything either.
Okay, I didn't tell you the cake story.
No, you didn't.
I'm going to tell it to you on the podcast.
I'm so ready. I love it. Mandy will sometimes text me and be like, do you think this is a bad idea? And I feel bad because like most of the time, yeah, that's a bad idea. Like I would not. But Mandy does though. The hesitation I have, if it were anybody else, I'd be like, do not do that. I will come help you right now. But you, I actually know you and it is a bad idea and it could fail. But if anybody's going to pull it off, it's you. And sometimes like I would say probably 80 to 85% of the time, you pull it off. So I never want to be like, because I know you're asking because you're stressed, you've got no time. And so, but it's incredible your success because it is so good when it is good. Like it's always good, but like that spice cake that you're going to tell us about, I did not share any of it.
Okay, so I was going to a friend's 40th birthday party in Colorado, and I was informed that her favorite cake is spice cake. I have never made a spice cake. I've made a gingerbread cake, and I've made a pumpkin cake, and I've made an apple cake, but I've never made a spice cake.
And I have tasted all of those cakes, and they are all so good.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, spice cake shouldn't be hard. I can do that. And then I'm looking through recipes and I'm getting kind of like more and more stressed out about everything. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just doctor up a box cake. And I was like, no, I can figure this out. So I text Jess and I'm like, hey, I'm going to make this recipe, but I'm going to make these changes to it. And then I'm going to cook it in a weird pan. Do you think that's safe? And she was like,
Well, because at that point, it's kind of like, maybe you should just find a different recipe. Like, if this one's not working for you. But also, again, it's the Mandy magic. Like, you say that, and I hesitate to be like, no, don't do that. Because also, when you do it, that cake was so good. So, you know, big risk, big reward.
So, making a new cake with weird risks for a bunch of people, not just for me. And I put the cake in the oven. Everything's good. I take Brooke on a walk. I come back. I have 2 minutes left on the cake timer. And that was for like the first cake timer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Because it's still going to take like 15 more minutes.
Exactly.
Because it's not done.
Exactly. So I'm like, okay, 2 minutes. I'm good. So I sit down on my phone. This is the first place I've admitted this, but I was very high.
Uh-oh.
So the cake timer goes off on my phone. I just swipe it away.
Oh, no.
And I keep being on Instagram. And then, like,
no.
10 minutes later, like, lightning strikes my brain, or the smell of cake, like, is, like, slamming me in the face. And I'm like, oh, my God. So I, like, leap up, and I go, and I pull the cake out, and I am pissed because I know exactly what just happened. I know that I was home with the right amount of time, and that I just fucking blew it.
Yep.
I was high. I was scrolling on my phone. I swatted away the
That's
timer.
exactly what you did. Swatted that thing. Like, nope.
Swiped it away. And this was the night before I was leaving for Colorado. I hadn't even packed yet. My house needed to be clean. It was 9 p.m. when this cake comes out of the oven. And I'm like, okay, well,
I have been here so many times.
yeah, like, we'll see what happens. So 5 minutes later, I dump it out sooner than I would because I didn't want it to keep cooking. Like,
Oh, yeah,
cooking
you
in
got to
the
get it out.
pan.
Yep.
And I swear the cake kind of like fell out of the pan like it was dry as fuck.
Oh, I know that sound. I know what that cake looks like.
Yes.
I know what that cake would break in half like. That is
Yes.
an overbaked cake.
Yes. And so then I'm like, well, fuck, what am I going to do now? So I cut a piece out of the middle just to like see how dry it is.
Yep.
And I'm eating it. And I'm like, well, it tastes great, but I can already tell it's dry and it's
Just going to get,
warm right now.
it's going to lose moisture.
Yeah. And so, like, what am I supposed to do? So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet. I'll make another cake.
To be fair, though, I think that's always the right answer. It sucks, but like, you just got to remake it.
I was out of sour cream.
Oh, shit.
So then I'm like, okay, what do I do next?
Did you Uber Eats sour cream?
No.
Well, that would. Okay. I don't think I would have either.
So then I'm like, you know what I could do? I could save this cake and I could make it an ice cream cake. I could like shove the cake down into a cake pan.
Oh, yeah.
And then I could make a simple syrup for the sponge. And then I could make like a caramely ginger cookie crumble.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could put ice cream on top of the caramel and ginger cookie crumble.
Yep.
And then I could put whipped cream on top of the ice cream. And you know what? Even though the cake was dry, it would still be delicious.
Amazing.
And then I was like, oh, wait, you're driving to Colorado.
You can't
which
do
is like
ice
a
cream.
4-hour drive. You can't transport ice cream. Also, there's not going to be a freezer big enough in your hotel room that's going to accommodate that cake.
Dude, I swear a huge percentage of my baking is honestly just what I can execute. Because shit like that. Like, what do you mean I don't have a blast freezer? What do you mean I have to drive this myself somewhere? Yeah, like, fuck. It just ruins everything.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to buy a cake.
Okay, I love that. Always also, sometimes for your mental health, you do just have to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to the store because, you know, Harmon's has those little like local bakery cakes that are actually delicious.
Some of those chocolate cakes are legitimately the best chocolate cakes I've ever had.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like
they
it's a really
can-
good
good
grocery store cake.
Truly magical. Who knew?
So I get to the store and their cake of the month just happened to be it was like an apple spice cake. And I was like, okay.
We're good.
But then I notice the apple spice cake was made like 3 days ago.
Fuck.
And all the other cakes were made today. And so I'm like, do I buy the old cake? Is the old cake going to be as good as all of the new cakes? Because I'm not even going to serve it till tomorrow.
Oh, God, no.
And today was the sell-by date.
Nope. Can't do it.
Yeah, so I sit there in front of these cakes with my dilemma.
Ugh.
And then I'm like, you know what I should do? I should just buy a box spice cake, doctor it up, make a second cake that's going to be easier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. So I made a box spice cake. I doctored it up. I put a maple bourbon simple syrup on top of
Yes.
it and then made a homemade cream cheese frosting. I made the bundt cake. It looks delicious. The next morning, I'm walking my dog and I realize, like, how am I getting this cake to Colorado? My cooler isn't big enough to hold a bundt cake
Ugh.
because there's a cream cheese fucking frosting on it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, long story short, we figure I have to cut the cake to fit it in the cooler to transport it.
Oh my God.
And then by the time we give Sierra this cake, it has just been such a shit show. And I bought 4 0 candles for 40. I just give her a piece because I had to cut up the cake.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in a hotel room and we're singing happy birthday. And the candles are just so big for this single piece of cake that they are sliding off the cake as they are lit and people are singing happy birthday.
Oh God. So fire
and it
hazard.
was a fire hazard and the saddest thing I had ever presented to anyone.
Oh,
And little did she know that like 10 hours of stress and labor went into this fucking stupid, ugly piece of cake.
Oh my God. I think that is somewhat of the worst thing that happens when you bake is like the product does not match the effort and the time that went into it like at all. And nobody could like, nobody knows.
I literally was laughing so hard that I like, once she got the plate, I collapsed on the floor because I was
Oh
like,
my
this is
God.
the most heinous thing I've ever presented anyone.
I feel that in my bones. Oh, Mandy, I'm so sorry.
Silver lining, the cake was really good.
What cake did you give me? Was that the overbaked cake?
I'm not done.
Oh God, okay.
Oh, I also forgot to tell you that when I was like trying to figure out what I was going to do next, once I realized the cake was overbaked and I was eating it, is I just kept eating it. I just kept taking fistfuls.
Yeah,
of,
you're
like,
stress eating
warm
now.
cake.
1,000%. I've also done that.
Just
That's
eating
also
it.
when it's going to taste the best. That's you have to. It's your duty to eat it at its best because you put in all that effort. You're eating that cake warm.
Yeah, I'm like stress eating this warm cake.
Yeah.
So I throw away the one, but I still have this one sponge. And my parents were staying in my house that I was like, oh, I'll just put foil over this and I'll tell my parents like, hey, if you guys want to try this cake, it might be overbaked, but I made it yesterday. I get home. I forget to tell my parents about the cake. I have this entire cake layer and I was like, okay, well, I'll take a bite. Jess, the worst part of this entire story is the cake was actually fucking fine. You had the original cake. I could have used that the entire time.
Oh my God. Yep. Yes. First off, before I talk about baking gaslighting, yeah, that cake was amazing. You brought it over. I mean, and I'm biased. I love a good spice cake. But like, I took a bite of that and I was like, the right thing to do, because Saul also likes a good spice cake, as I was like, is share. And it was really hard for me to like force myself to be like, Saul, would you like some of this spice cake? The answer is yes, you do, because it is so good. Mandy, it was so good. Like, it was perfect. I still think about that cake. That cake was amazing. That's so
Thank you.
annoying.
It's so annoying that I just didn't like have faith that I could have solved it with the simple syrup and I just used the sponge.
I'm glad the simple syrup was also perfect. Like, because that's something you can really easily accidentally overdo, especially if you're not used to doing it and kind
Yeah.
of like what it takes. But I did not even notice that you had used a simple syrup. The cake was just like, without frosting, so fucking divine.
Just,
Oh,
anyways,
ugh.
that is the cake story.
Baking gaslighting is the most real thing I think I've ever experienced. Sometimes I'll like bite into one of those butterscotch cookies and I'll be like, ugh, this isn't as good. And Saul's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, ugh, I don't know. It's like got too much salt. It like, no. It's
because
delicious.
You know that recipe inside and out.
Yeah. Or like you've put in all that time into something. And so you're just like so deeply critical. But like the reality of it is a delicious thing.
Yeah.
But like you can't, yep. It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Because then sometimes you do make something genuinely bad. Like I did that tahini or that sesame biscotti. And I cooked it exactly how it said to cook it. And it was dark. And it said it would be dark. But I was like, I'm pretty sure this is burnt.
I walk in and Jess is like, will you eat a piece of this biscotti for me?
Because I
Like,
gaslight
yes.
myself so much. I was like, at that time, I also didn't want it to be true. I wanted it to be like, no, it's fine. But in my heart of hearts, I knew, but I needed somebody else to like help me come to terms with the fact that I burnt the shit out of it.
Yeah, and I ate it, and I had to be like,
No good.
it's overcooked.
Yeah, I'm so glad you did that. I knew. I feel bad. I kind of just like pushed the labor onto you to make that decision.
But I also knew that you needed me to be honest in that moment.
I did. I really did. And
Because I knew you already knew.
I did. But also, thank you. That came in so clutch. I like abandoned it and I just made more regular biscotti. But damn, yeah, the amount of times I've actually gaslit myself when it's fine. It's shit like that. Thanks for sharing that amazing cake. I'm sorry that it didn't go to the intended party as amazing as it was.
We should make that recipe the right way and enjoy it again.
Please. I would love that.
Anything else about the holidays?
No, I guess I do. Yes, actually, I kind of want to make a plug. I try really hard not to be preachy about things, but like Palestinians haven't been able to celebrate Christmas since 2023. And like, I try really hard to be mindful of the fact that that's like really devastating for them there. And so, also as the holiday season approaches, like if you have opportunities to give back to community or do something, a fundraiser or contribute to one, like it's a really good time to just remember that everybody is not so fortunate. And if you can contribute something. So
I love that.
yeah. And like, again, even just like an awareness post on Instagram can go a long way. I get that also holidays are expensive. I don't want people to like unnecessarily spend money, but just
No, I think that's a beautiful thing to remind people of. And on that note, but for a different cause, I would say I'm going into this holiday season trying to be more aware of people in my life that are going through personal struggles and realize like how much harder the holiday season makes those struggles. And so just be cognizant that the holiday season isn't easy or happy and lovely for everyone. And you just like going out of your way to reach out and ask them how they're doing and how they're feeling or invite them to something might mean more than you know.
yeah.
So just be aware that people sometimes need extra love during the holidays.
Absolutely. I love that. Yeah. Community.
Show
up for your people.
And thanks for listening to us have this conversation.
Yeah. Man, we made it far. We're just sitting here waiting for some Indian food. And
God, it's taking forever.
so long.
We're going to do some other small episodes like this, but we love you.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye. Drama Bonded is produced and hosted by Mandy Booth and Jessica Brumbaugh. Graphic designer is Pigeon House. Thank you. Fa la 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 la.
Yay!